Yeah. All right.
Tuesday Night Vibes.
Yeah.
All right. This is Tuesday Night Vibes. I'm Jeffrey Horn. I'm here with Emmy, of course. We're here with a soon-to-be a familiar face. His name is Drift McClooy.
Boy, howdy.
He's going to be our feature guest today. We'll do a video and a song. We'll leave links in the podcast. He's a man who's been a lot of places. He's a man who's hitchhiked from New Orleans to Nashville. Been there, done that. And we're going to find out more about him. Drift, say hi to everybody.
Boy, howdy. How y'all doing?
Boy, howdy.
So, tell us about yourself.
Like me?
Yeah, just tell us anything you want anybody to know. Who is Drift McClooy?
He's a guy. He's a man. I wear pants. I go shopping at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
I like fish and chips. I like to write songs with my friends. I like to go to the beach.
We
Okay.
love to go to the lake.
We do love the lake. We
The
like
lake is
camping.
great.
a
You are
lot.
so much more
I'm
than those things.
I'm
though.
from the northern states, Washington.
There
Live
you
out
go.
in the mountains. I'm a mountain man. I like volcanoes, things like that.
Explosive mountains.
Explosive mountains, yes. Mountains with fear, vengeance.
So what drew you to hitchhike? When you did hitchhike from New Orleans, like I mentioned earlier, what drew you to do that?
Liquor and I guess insanity.
All right.
Yeah.
And so what do you want your music to do for you? What do you want it to become, and what do you want it to do for you? Like, what do you want it to lead you?
Well,
Where do you want it to lead you?
I'd like it to lead me to, a place of spiritual comfort, where I don't have anxiety anymore or anything with, music is something that really just takes me away into outer space and takes me far from this planet and helps me relax, and it's my go-to for that, and I don't really do it for anybody else, but it'd be nice too to be able to play it for people. I do like to play.
Well, see, this is what I was saying earlier. You're so much more than just a guy who wears pants. Man, you
I like pants though.
Well, pants are great. I love pants
they're
too.
good.
But like, I love co-writing with you. For example, you always take me somewhere I didn't expect to go, and yet it works, like, beautifully. Like, I just love the melodies that we.
Sure.
And from
we
what I'm
create
hearing, that's
together.
what
I love working with you. It's easy to work with you, and you as well, Jeffrey. Both of you are something. There's something there that's not exactly even something I fully understand. It's magic. It's definitely a touch of the heavens. God
Flattered.
has
likewise.
shined His light upon our
But from
circle.
We're not above it.
From what you said and what Emmy says, it sounds like that's what you're trying to do, is take somebody someplace that maybe
Sure.
you've been or maybe you haven't been.
Yeah, I do feel that a lot in my music. When I'm writing, I'm always trying to envision something in the full sense of what it is, and not leave out a breath, to have. But it also, I also like to keep it really fresh too, where you don't quite expect what's coming next. It's like, really.
Well, I mean,
But
that's
it still makes sense in
That's Drift
some
McClooy
faraway
in
land.
in a nutshell, man.
Yeah.
Hanging out with you, I never know what to expect. Ever. You could be, like, climbing a tree one second, like, yodeling the next second.
And I'm a terrible yodeler, but I'll give it a shot. I'm not afraid to do it.
You're not afraid to do anything.
It's true.
So is there any place you'd like to go with your music that you haven't been yet?
Ah.
As far as geographically in America, since you've been a lot of places in America.
No.
No, there's nowhere
No,
you'd like to go.
no.
Nowhere geographically. Just all over. I mean, can I call the whole map? for
You'd
that
like
one?
to fill it out.
Let's fill out like every inch. Like, can we just start from down in the corner, the panhandle of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll just measure every Every inch
Every single
going
inch.
across to the tip of Washington State, and we'll hit,
That's going to take a lot of liquor and insanity.
Oh,
I think.
well, I think we'll get a liquor sponsorship, and they'll drop us off liquor along the way,
I'm pretty sure between the three of us, we can probably write, like, every whiskey song,
Sure. We know
necessary
about
to
whiskey.
get that,
We don't know
get that
about
happening, yeah.
We're gonna do that, and it's already in motion. So get ready for that, 2021. Next question.
Sure. Sure. So,
Let's do this.
what kind of films are you a fan of? And if you could write a score for any film you've ever seen, what would it be?
Ooh,
I could write a score
for interesting
any
question.
film, like rewrite the score.
Yeah. And do it yourself.
Oh, you mean like an existing film or like a film genre?
Either one.
I'd write
Either
Star Wars and add lyrics to it.
Oh.
Here comes
Man.
Vader, and
Get the
he's Luke's
copyright on
dad.
that.
Da, 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 da. I mean, I got to work on the lyrics.
But the story is there.
Yeah.
There you
The
go.
story is there.
There you go.
Man, that's a great question, dude. Ooh.
You ever thought about that?
Amelie. That's so, like, come on. I would nail a score of Amelie.
Milo and Otis.
Milo would notice. There you go.
Oh, I love it. Disney's Robin Hood. The one with the fox.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, the
Roger-
Fox one.
yeah,
You don't mean the
and
one
Roger Miller?
with
Yeah.
that one pop song from the 90s.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Oh, no. That wasn't Disney. That was Kevin Costner, and he showed his butt. Or his butt.
No,
double
Robin
showed his
Hood,
butt.
he did show his butt. He showed his butt in
Robin Hood Men in
Men-
Tights.
Not Men in Tights. Men in Tights is amazing. Men in Tights is one of my favorite
Let's
movies.
rewrite the score to that. I don't think there is one.
I'm trying to think of the movie that I would write a score for. It's the dude where they chase the car, the truck driver.
You'd probably write a score
sheriff.
for like Boogie Nights or
The
something.
dude where they chase the
The-
car
where-
and the
with the
truck
fucking-
drivers
what's
and
his
the-
face?
Oh, shoot, man.
Smokey and the
Smokey
Bandit.
and the Bandit.
I would love to write the score for Smokey and the Bandit. Dude, that would be fun. Even though those songs were great. We would keep those songs, but I just add a couple.
So was
Anyway, the Smokey and the
all
Bandit
of these
remix.
movies,
I want
man.
to play the entire score to Grease. Let's do that whole
The
album.
Grease 5, we'll do that one. By Drift
Grease
McClooy.
3. Grease 3. There is no Grease 3.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like,
Grease
start
3.
from where the story ends.
Grease
So
3,
let me-
2022.
Bring back Michelle
for it.
Pfeiffer.
Let me get on this interview. Moment of silence.
Oh, sorry. We're coming back.
Moment of
Coming
silence.
back. Just,
I don't
just
think
to,
that's
that's,
very healthy for an interview.
that way we can
atmosphere.
cut it back in for a
We're
second.
not gonna. It's fine. Keep
It's
her
fine.
rolling.
All right. All right. Well, I was just gonna ask you, Drift.
Yeah.
We know what kind of movies you like. Tell us what kind of artists do you fancy yourself, as far as not even just genre, but as far as like stylistically. Like, who do you look up to, and who do you?
Daniel Johnston.
Daniel Johnston.
Yeah. Like when they found him in that river, and sent him to the mental hospital because he was, talking about Jesus and the devil and splashing water and wouldn't get out of the river. I can really relate to that.
I really don't know who we're talking about.
Daniel Johnston.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
What?
Oh,
the kid?
No,
No.
he wrote a song called
He wrote
Casper.
Casper the
Oh,
Friendly
okay. I have
Ghost.
no idea then.
He wrote so many great.
You ever seen the
songs.
movie Empire Records?
Yeah.
You know the scene when the dude's eating the brownies and he's watching the Guar video?
Yes.
You know how it's not a Guar song playing, it's like some weird song?
Yes.
That's a
okay,
Daniel
that would
Johnston
be,
song.
Oh, cool, man.
Also, he's in Kids.
Yes.
Casper.
Oh, okay,
Remember the
okay.
scene Casper? And then you go in there
Yeah,
for
okay, okay.
Casper the
Now I got him.
Friendly.
Now I
That's a
got
Daniel
him.
Johnston
I got
song.
him now.
But those songs don't.
Those aren't even
necessarily-
his yet. Well,
Yeah, his-
Rock and Roll
his-
EGA is pretty good,
His
but
spectrum,
Casper the
though.
Friendly Ghost
His
isn't like
spectrum is fucking amazing.
He's got, people have covered him and had hits and stuff.
I could see that inspiration. So if you could,
Lived with his
if you could
parents,
play with any artist,
even
live
though
or
he
dead,
was
would that be
signed
the one?
Yeah. He passed away not too long ago. Real
Yeah.
sad.
Okay, I've got one for you.
You got one?
I got one for you. So, not just your music style, but your look, dude. You always you kind of have your own thing going, and it works for you. So, where do you pull inspiration to get that done?
That just happens. It's happened since I was in the 7th grade. I've always had a different look from everybody in school and stuff, and And so that's why I was always like, I was friends with the popular kids, but friends with the unpopular kids, and like sort of that guy that was just in between everything all the time and never really had a place to go. But that was mainly because my look just never added up to really, you know, what anybody else was doing. And they couldn't get a grasp on what I was trying to be. Are you goth? Are you a hick? Because everybody had a thing. Like at my school, you had goths, you had hicks, you had you know, punks. Everybody was trying to do something.
Well, everybody had a box, right?
Yeah, and so, you know, I don't know. It happened in New Orleans with the scarf thing now, which is my new little favorite thing I'm doing. And I just wrapped it around like the way I have it now. It just kind of happened right then and there. And then I was like, you know what? This is my new look. And then I put a blouse on, believe it or not.
Walk around like that. Remind me of an
Yeah,
old
and
friend of
I wore a blouse in New Orleans with a scarf for like 6 months.
Man, that purple shirt of yours, man.
I got a
That's
question.
flash.
I've got a good question for
That
you.
slick,
Lay it on
shiny
me.
one.
Yeah.
You've got songs about pet goldfish, about the
Tony.
tabernacle,
Yes.
about your mama's good cooking.
Yes.
Oh, pork chops.
You got songs. So when you write your best songs, in your opinion, do these songs come when you're trying to write a song, or do they just come out of nowhere when you don't even see it coming?
The best ones come out of an idea usually. Like so if I just sit down and try to write a song, usually I'm just writing filler, and once in a while, every blue moon or so, I get these weird little thoughts as I'm just driving around or riding in a car and I see something, and I'll think about it for like 3 months. And if that idea just sticks in my head for like 3 or 4 months, and I just keep seeing, you know, Jesus Only Tabernacle and thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I guess I better write this freaking song. Like, yeah, that's kind of where those ones come from. So my best songs seem to linger for a while as thoughts. Sometimes, like I Hope We Walk the Last Mile Together, for instance, kind of just came out because I was walking, literally in the middle of walking from New Orleans to Nashville, and we're sitting there stuck at a truck stop, me and my fiddle player, and got C-flat next to us, and, you know, the only thing to write was I Hope We Walk the Last Mile Together. We were both missing our girlfriends. His girlfriend passed away in a tragic overdose, and I was just missing mine, and yeah, it was a time.
For
Well,
those
maybe-
at home, C-flat is his cat.
That's right. And
Wow.
maybe we should have it play that song out for us. Tell us a story.
Well, I guess we're going to play this little ditty for y'all. I wrote this song while walking from New Orleans to Nashville, Tennessee, with a good friend of mine, Joe Colin. Well, I hope we walk the last mile together, hand in hand, until we reach the promised land. Through the bright sunny days and the dark stormy world all over, but you'll never find another loving man like me. And I hope we walk the last mile together, hand in hand, until we reach the promised land. Through the bright sunny days and the dark stormy weather, I hope we walk the last mile together.
Roll.
Right.
All right. So when, where, and how did your creative endeavors begin?
Well, all right. I guess so. I was 14. My mom was dating this guy named Gary Griffith, who was a great guitar player. He was also my scout leader. And I guess they decided at Christmas time for me and my brother, they were going to give us a bass guitar and a guitar. They were two of Gary's old guitars that he had. And it's actually a really cool guitar that he gave me. It's like this vintage, like 70s guitar that's got like, it's got, you know, like those pickup things on organs when you switch the little switch up and down. The guitar's pickups switch with switches like that. There's six
Oh,
of them
man.
across the top of the guitar.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a really interesting guitar. And so he gave me that, and you know, I learned Jingle Bells and like a few silly things. I remember, like, it took me like 5 days. I learned Jingle Bells, and then I went to my father's Christmas and played everybody Jingle Bells.
No.
That's awesome.
That's
But
What's the,
something happened though. About 2 years into it, I met these two twins. And I had just been doing covers for the 2 years before that. And then these two twins I met, I just started going over to their house, Nick and John. And I really don't know what sparked it or why we did it. But instead of playing covers together like I did with everybody else, we would just kind of freestyle together. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't even know how to freestyle together. We didn't know, like, oh, you're playing the key of G. You know, you just find the notes that worked. We were like, okay, that seems to sound good. But we would find them instantly, just like, you know, and the three of us, like, worked together really well. And we created these ideas for a good, like, 2 years. And Nick and John's uncle was a producer. And he ended up giving us this PA that he had used to produce some of those records. It was this old Joe Meek, which he had only ever used to record snare drums.
and then you began using that and
We
writing
started
songs.
using that in writing songs,
Right
yeah,
on.
and
Cool.
and that's how the process came, because before that we had only been freestyling, but once he gave us this Joe Meek, then we started laying down these like freestyled guitar parts, and we're like, all right, let's lay these
And
lyrics
from there-
over it,
and we ran from there.
and then yeah, it just kept sparking. We just kept getting better at it, and you know, we got a lot of feedback. You know, their dad was brutally honest with us. My dad was brutally honest.
And you built it.
You
from
know,
that-
so
and
we
that
were
way.
able to know the negative side and fix things, and
So-
it took a long time. It wasn't something that just happened overnight. It was crafting something over years.
What's your hopes for the future?
My hopes for the future. You know, to be making the same music I'm making with my friends, doing what I'm doing right now, maybe in a more comfortable place, you know, where we can actually don't feel like we're all you know, struggling all the time to do this and to make this work, you know, when we can actually, you know, feel comfortable about it, and we don't maybe financially have to worry about how we're making this work anymore. And fuck money, but
You know, the world runs on it.
let's be real. Let's
Yeah.
be real here.
You have any questions, Abby?
Well, I mean, just a comment real quick. It's true. I don't think a lot of people understand that when you're an artist and you're actually focused on the craft and producing things and, you know, actually trying to better yourself all the time, like, it's an investment. It's a real, like,
Time.
Mind,
it's
body,
not just-
soul.
Yes, mind, body, soul. It's everything. It's such an investment, and I don't think people understand it. It's we work harder at this than we do at a day job,
Oh, yeah.
and we work
While
hard at
still
our
having a
day
day
job
job.
so that we can
Do
do
this.
this.
Yeah. Right.
And it's
It's
just
exhausting.
it's exhausting, man. It is, but we
do it anyway.
we do it anyway.
Because
Love it.
there you go.
It
And-
compels us.
And
I
it's
mean,
such a
there's
it's
no way to stop.
it's
I
who
think
we
that's
are.
a good note.
It's like trying to hit the brakes at the last moment, you know? Like we were literally we're past that point. There's no stopping now. It just kind of the motion's already set.
So
We're
we're
going.
not going to stop.
We're moving. No.
And I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
All right then.
Freight train.
He was singing
We hope you enjoyed our first featured artist interview as much as we enjoyed hanging out with Drift McClooy. For relevant reference links, check the summary below. You can also find a link to the Tuesday Night Vibes live music series featuring Drift McClooy and his song Jesus Only Tabernacle.
Take a solo, Jeffrey. Well, Jeffrey took a solo. Some say it was the best solo ever written. Some say it was just okay. But others say that, man, that shit rocked the house. People's noses started bleeding. Women fell down peeing their pants. Oh, yeah, it was a magical moment in the world of rock history. And people were singing. What were they saying?
Be sure to stay tuned, folks. We're going to have something new for you every single week. And pretty soon we'll have a Patreon with exclusive material there. So just keep your eyes glued to us, guys. Good things are coming.